It's taken me a long time to actually want to do a video like this. So if you're only on my channel for superficial happiness, cleaning, and everything else, and you really don't want to see anything heartfelt or emotional, then this may not be the video for you. You might want to go ahead and click to the next video, because this video pretty much just puts everything out there on the table. I don't know. I just feel like I needed to use this video as an outlet. Because I'm struggling. Let me go on record by saying that I do have some people who I believe I trust enough to talk to. But it's just hard to get the words out sometimes. And it's crazy because it's like people only, well, it feels like people only listen to wait for their response, or, you know, wait for their turn to talk, basically. But there are some genuine people out there who genuinely want to talk, and, you know, will listen and will give, you know, valuable input. But at the same time, I just feel like because they aren't living my situation, it's hard for them to really give sound advice or be able to relate. You will probably hear my kids crying in the background, and if you do, that's life. I have the older girls watching them just so I could sit down and do this video. I don't really have time during the day to myself. I don't have time at all during the day to myself. So, it's hard for me to do much of anything, which is why I resorted to cleaning videos, because I don't really have to talk in those videos. I don't really have to, you know, put on makeup or, you know, do my hair much in those videos because I'm cleaning. So you really don't see, you know, or hear, you know, because I edit everything, all those things out, and I can just voice over at night when the kids are sleeping or whatever. I am February 22nd, 2021 was the day that kind of changed my life and made it shift a little bit. There was a rift in the design of my life, and I don't know how to get back to an old way that I used to think, I guess. I don't know how to. It took me a long time to get to the happiness that I was at. And so now that that date has come and gone, I don't know how to get back to that so-called happiness that I had. February 22nd, 2021 was the day that my mom died. She left this earth at noonish. It's really all a blur. I was taking my daughter, I was taking Harmony, which is my now 5-month-old. I was taking her, then she was like 2 months. And I was taking her to the doctor that morning because she needed an ultrasound on her head because the doctor said that her head was growing abnormally. And so they wanted to make sure that there were no tumors and there was no like fluid on the brain. And so I was really going through a lot just that morning. And so, you know, I kept trying not to panic. I remember thinking like, she's going to be okay. She's going to be fine. She has to be fine. And just kind of like psyching myself out. But it was just like deep down in my soul, for some reason, I felt something was off. Something was wrong. And I just couldn't pinpoint it, but I just wanted to be positive. I just kept trying to tell myself that I had to be positive. I had to be strong. And if nothing else, for her, because whatever the test results came back to say, I would need to be strong for her. She would need me. And so we came back home. We couldn't get the test results right away, so we came back home. And I remember sitting on the couch just rubbing her hair and just, you know, just praying that she was going to be okay. And then I decided, or well, she started crying, so I had to lay her down for a nap. And so I went to lay her down for a nap. And like I said, it was about 12. It was like going on 1 o'clock. And I got the call that my mom had left this earth. And I don't know, it's just like my whole soul shut down. You know how you like shut down one of those old Macintosh, or one of those old PC computers, and it takes forever to shut down, but it's like it's a gradual, and that's kind of what was going on with me. And so it was my oldest sister that called me with the with the news, and she was hysterical. And so I told her I would have to call her back. So it just wouldn't process for some reason. The news, it wouldn't process. And so I just said, you know what? Well, I have to do something. I have to. I don't know what, but I have to do something. So I got up. The baby was still in the bed sleeping. So I got up, and I went to call my little sister. And you know, she was at work. So, but I called her and she answered. And then I broke the news, and you know, she's just like, fuck, you know, fuck. And I'm like, right, I know, like, we just couldn't believe it. It was just devastating. Like, she was in the hospital. My mom was in the hospital since December 19th, which is odd because that's my nephew's birthday. That was actually also the day that I got out of the hospital with Harmony. So, and my grandmother, I was on the phone with my grandmother, and I was telling her, like, you know, I had the baby, you know, this, that, and the third. And she was just like, well, your mom is really sick. And I'm like, how is she sick? Like, what's wrong? Because my mom, you have to know, has been in and out of the hospital like forever, you know, for years. She's been in and out of the hospital. So when she goes into the hospital, you know, she comes out, we're just like, oh, okay, you know, she's good now, you know. So we don't really even worry when she goes to the hospital much. She had a plethora of ailments. So my mom had a lot of medical issues that she was dealing with, on top of having heart disease. And she had like multiple heart surgeries. And then this last one, we found out actually while she was in the hospital, that last time we found out that the last heart surgery that she had was actually kind of botched. So, but so anyway, she went in the hospital December 19th, 2020, and she had tested positive for COVID-19, and so immediately, like, my brain just jumped into, okay, we got to fix this. We got to make, we got to make sure that she's good. We got to, make sure that the doctors are doing everything that they can. We got to, my brain just went like a mile a minute. I'm just like, you know what? Okay, we got to, we just got to get on top of this. I'm a fixer. Like, that's what I do. People come to me and they're just like, Shante, I need help. And I'm like, okay, let's do A, B, C, D. Let's put this plan in motion. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that's not working. We got to do that. So in my brain, I was just like, okay, we got this. I didn't panic. I was just like, you know what? We got to make sure that we have a plan. So, I made sure that I was the point of contact with the doctors for my entire family. So they would always call me for information about my mom, like how's she doing and things like that. I made sure I talked to the doctors as far as her condition overall. I made sure I knew everything that they knew. If I didn't know something, I would ask, like, okay, well, what is that? How's this going to help her? What about this? I was up late hours of the night researching, things that could help her, So for 2 months I did that. For 2 months I called every single day and to the hospital to make sure, that my mom was okay. I called mornings, I called nights, and it's funny because I for some reason I wanted her to know that. I wanted her to know that I was calling and that I was trying to help and that I was trying to make things good for her. Like we were trying to keep her alive. Like I wanted her to know that I was doing everything that I could. I don't know if she knew that or not. So the doctors kept telling me, they were just like, you know what? It's touch and go with her. We are not sure if you are getting your hopes up or anything like that, but we just want to make sure that we are, very transparent with you. We want to make sure that you understand that COVID is a, funny thing that we can't really predict, and anything have it at the drop of a hat. And I was like, yeah, I totally understand. And I heard the doctor like in one ear, but it was literally going out the other ear because I was just like, no, my mom is a fighter. She fought all these ailments that she has right now. She fought like for so many years. She's gonna fight this. She's gonna beat this. Like, I was too sure. I was perfectly sure. There was nothing in my mind that could deter me to, know that she would, to say that she was not going to fight this. I knew she was. In my mind, I knew she was going to fight this. And so, yeah, I couldn't wrap my brain around her leaving. And so 1 month flew by and they were just like, okay, she's COVID free now. She doesn't have COVID anymore. And I was like, yeah, like we're doing it. We're doing, I was just like pumped. And, so then they were just like, but we have other problems because now that she doesn't have COVID, her kidneys are failing. And, her heart, the heart valve that they claim that they fixed at the other hospital is, not pumping enough blood to her heart and things of that nature. So, they were just like, since you're the point of contact for the family, we want to know, what do you want us to do? We need to trach her. We need to put a trach, in her throat, so that we can send a pipe down to, her heart so that we could have the machine. So I said, you do whatever you can for her. And the doctors was just like, we're on it. She literally hung up on me at that point. She hung up on me, and I knew at that point she went and did what she needed to do. She said, we're on it, and she hung up. And some days, literally, like, I just felt despair. You know, I would sit in my room, and I would just stare off into space, and I'd just be like... And then other days, I'd be like, no, we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. Like, I just had to keep pumping my head up with positivity because I'm just like, no, we got this. Like, she can't go out like that. COVID can't take her like this. She's be so many other things. COVID's going to take her? No, we ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? So, it was crazy because 2 months... We was on month 2 now, and the doctors was just like, okay, she's starting to show, you know, better signs. We've got her diabetes under control. We've got her, you know, heart valve pumping decently, but she's still going to need another surgery. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to find her a surgeon. They didn't have a surgeon at the hospital that she was at, and plus she was so weak, they didn't really want to work on her. The hospital that she had got the surgery from, we were not going back there. So we had to find a surgeon for her heart for that point, at that point. But we were just glad that she was, you know, she was pushing, she was pulling through really good. So she couldn't be in the hospital anymore because she was doing good. So she had to be transferred to a nursing home or a rehab facility. So the doctors gave me, or the nurses, I should say, the nurses gave me a list of places that she could go, and I would call around, and I would, you know what I'm saying? We chose a place. I didn't necessarily choose this place, but my family chose a place, and she ended up going there. My mom was there for like a week. Less than a week. I'd say 4 days. And she had to be rushed back to the hospital. Unfortunately, she wasn't rushed to the same hospital that she came from. She was rushed to a nearby hospital, which I did not like that hospital. It was the same hospital that I had my first daughter in when I was a teenager. And it was crap then. It is crap today. I hate that hospital. But so she went to the hospital. And they said that they had to put her on machines again. And I don't know. Something happened. I don't even know. I don't even know if what they told us was true. What they said was that she basically went into cardiac arrest. And they tried to do CPR on her. But she just didn't make it. So, I don't know. The death certificate, when the death certificate came back, it said that she died of choking, like she died of asphyxia. And I'm just like, what the fuck is happening, bro? What is out here happening? Like, I don't even understand. So you telling me that my mama died of some shit she should have been here for? Like some shit, like it seemed like negligence. And I just keep playing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over in my head because I'm just like, it feels like my mama should be here. She should be here. Everybody wants me to let it go. Everybody wants me to be like, you know, she had so many ailments. She was in and out of the hospital. You know, she was tired. She kept saying she was tired. She told me a number of times that she was tired. And I just was like, no, mama. And like, no. You didn't been through so much. Like, so much. Like, it's even stuff from back in the day, you know. My mother's been through so much. You know. That I was just like, you can't give up. No. What do you mean you tired? Okay, I understand you tired. I got you. I understand that. But you can't give up. You got to keep fighting. And when I would say those things to her, she would be like, yeah, I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep fighting. But so when I saw her laying in the casket, when the family was due to view her, I just broke down. Like, I couldn't even walk all the way to the casket. Like, my legs just gave out. And I fell to my knees. And my face was just covered in tears. And I just couldn't talk or breathe. Like, I felt like the wind had been knocked out of me. And like, there was some of my family who were just like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna get a good show tomorrow for the actual funeral. I'm just like, a show? Like, what the fuck? Some people just piss me off sometimes. Like, I just be like, why would you even say some shit like that? I lost my mama. Nobody knows what it's like to actually lose a parent until you lose a parent. I've had friends who have lost parents before, you know, me. And I would say, you know, I'm so sorry for your loss. You know, I can't even imagine. And those are real words. I can't even imagine what somebody is going through in that instance. What kind of thoughts are going through your mind? How does your heart feel? And so, you know, when it happened to me, for the entire time before the viewing of the body, I couldn't cry. Not one tear would come out of my eye. All I could do was like focus on trying to get things done. Like, I had to get something done. Things needed to, and I kept playing over and over in my head, like, is this real? This can't be real. I have to do something. I kept trying to figure out ways to fix it. And everybody kept telling me, you can't fix this. You can't fix this. I know, Shante, I understand, but you can't fix this. And in my brain, I'm just like, I know I can't fix it, but you know, a part of me was just like, no, I have to fix it. I have to fix it. I have to fix it. Like, I was. Fast forward to today, she is in a beautiful butterfly urn sitting on one of my shelves in my dining area. And I thought that would bring me some kind of peace. I thought having her close to me like that would bring me some kind of like peace, and I could talk to her every day. I honestly don't feel peace at all. I just feel emptiness. Every day I replay things in my head of things that I could have done differently. And it doesn't matter how many times I replay those things in my head, nothing's going to change the fact that this is permanent. That I've lost my mama. I don't know how to fix how I'm feeling. And that's frustrating, because I don't want to be sad. I don't want to feel despair. I don't want to feel lost. I don't want to feel empty anymore. I want to be happy. But I do not know how to get there at all. So every morning I get up and I just try to just push through the day with things that I need to do for my kids. I don't really have much time to do things for me because somebody's always screaming, or somebody's always crying, or somebody's always needs something. So I have to deal with those things before I can focus on things for me. But every day I want to do something for me. Every day I want to, I don't know, do something. It's just hard. I'm trying to push through, and everybody's like, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take time, and I feel like time is something I don't have. I don't know. This video was actually supposed to be me talking to you guys while I tried some makeup that I decided to binge buy on Amazon. Like, I've seen this makeup and I just wanted to try it so bad, but I didn't even bust it out. I just got too wrapped up in the video. So maybe next time I'll actually put this stuff on. I just didn't feel like it. So that's the truth. If this video is too sad for you, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. I don't give a shit. I just needed to be able to vent somewhere. I needed to be able, I can't write. For those of you that know me, I'm a writer. And I have so many ideas for books. I've written down like a crap ton of ideas for books, outlines. But as far as starting a book, sorry that this video is so sad, but I don't know. Maybe my next video will be a cleaning video, and that way all you have to do is watch me clean. Hopefully I can get some makeup on one day and try and feel like myself again. Grief coupled with postpartum, coupled with everyday life is just too many stacks to deal with at this point. But I'm just going to keep pushing and keep going because that's all I can do. So, see y'all next time.